Welcome back to Big Tech TV. Coraid is building a reputation for redefining storage for big technology. So just how are they positioning themselves to change the rules for storage design, and what technology building blocks do they recommend? Annabelle Knight found out by talking to Max Brown, Senior Systems Engineer at this year's IP Expo.
So how is Coraid positioned to take advantage of all of this?
Well, the way Coraid's positioned is that we've kind of coined a phrase of VDAS, virtual DAS. So our storage is very much like the Lego hand behind me. It's very much a building block approach. You can start small and grow very large. Unlike many other vendors where there's a need to work out how big will my environment be in 5 years, therefore I need to buy a huge disk array on day one. With Coraid you buy what you need when you need it. So each building block presents itself to the server via Ethernet, but we use a very low latency layer 2 protocol, which means that it's very low latency, it's very scalable, but it's also very simple to use. So the things that we do in our disk array, the server will sit like a local SCSI disk. So this lends itself to things like deployments such as Exchange 2010, where you don't need a SAN, you want DAS. Now you could go down the route of using a traditional SAS connected JBOD, but the issue with that is you will run out of slots in the back of the server, it won't scale across multiple servers. But what we can actually do is present this up to server via Ethernet. The protocol we use is called ATA over Ethernet. This has been around since 2004, it's open source, but we're one of the main proponents using it today. So it's very scalable. Now because of that, we have a lot of customers that have shied away from the usual big tier 1 name brand vendors, and they've gone with Coraid, and then they've architected their environment so that their top level application layer can use what we have as just scalable virtual DAS. So whether they are putting in Gluster for high performance compute, whether they're doing NAS solutions using maybe a simple Windows server. What we have in terms of scaling out a NAS solution, we use ZFS file system and a hybrid storage pool. So again, one of the other trends in the industry is what are we doing with SSDs? SSDs and flash devices have got much cheaper, much faster, but now the cost is coming down, people are finding a different way of utilising them. So rather than dedicating an entire SSD drive or SSD LUN to an application, we can use it as a caching layer, which isn't visible to the operating system. But what this means is that this caching layer can do a lot of the heavy lifting, a lot of the performance work, but the physical storage is on SATA at the back end. So you're getting extremely fast performance, but your physical storage is very, very low cost. So by using things like ZFS to create a hybrid storage pool, we can get hundreds of thousands of IOs for environments that can range from 50 terabytes up to our largest, which is 7 petabytes, but the actual storage at the back end is cheap and low cost commodity SATA. So it keeps the cost low, but it keeps the performance very high, and it's scalable. So you may decide to scale out the capacity, you add more SATA drives. You want to scale out the compute, you add more ZFS nodes on the top layer. You need more networking, scaling out the network switches in the middle. So it's a very scalable infrastructure.
You have a solution for everything.
Now, if you want to find out more, you'll be pleased to know there are over a dozen of the latest recordings of webinars that show how you can apply commodity storage to a whole host of big tech scenarios, so you can delve deeper and view in your own time. Register for free at www.coraid.com/news_events/webinars. That's all for now. Keep watching Big Tech TV and see you again soon for more big tech news and reviews.